Let's learn about the characteristics of angels and VCs. First, there are some angels or VCs who are rather conservative, which means that when they invest in your company, they usually want to control your company. And they are more risk averse. Here, risk averse means they are less willing to take risks. So they're afraid of risks. So because of that, they want to have majority shares in your company. Then we also have those who are more liberal. Those who are easier to negotiate and they are less risk averse. And usually they only take minority shares. So it really depends. I'm not saying all of them are like that. You just have to know what is their funding appetite. Some countries, the VCs are more liberal. Some countries are more conservative. Again, it depends on a case-to-case basis. Some of them actually really want to control you. They want to know what you're doing with the money. They want to have very frequent reporting from you. They want to visit you. They want to get frequent updates from you. They can be a pain in the ass, I'll be honest with you. But some of them are not. So it really depends again. So I'm just sharing some of the potential characteristics of angels and VCs. There are also those who want to use you because you have the talent or your team has the talent that they don't have. So they want to use you to help them to do something else. For example, if you have an angel who is also running a business. So the company is not a tech company, for example, and you have a team of software developers who could help to build them a software that they need. So they see your talent, they say, okay, so I invest in you. At the same time, you spend the time to create the software for me. So it becomes like a killing two birds with one stone. So they actually can make use of you, so they can invest in you, at the same time, make use of your talent for their existing business. Killing two birds with one stone. And don't be surprised if you found some angels or VCs who are there just to steal ideas. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible because I've met a lot of angels and VCs that I know enough or I experience enough of this kind of character. Now, what I mean by want to steal ideas. So they can actually pretend to be an angel or a VC. For example, they can be a large corporation that are doing really well in your country, and suddenly you see that they are looking at investing into other companies. So they not necessarily have to invest. Remember that. It's not like they must commit to a quota of how many companies they must invest in. So these companies will say that I'm looking to invest into startups and I would like to listen to what they have and get their business plan and etc. So, well, this actually happened to me before in my country. So there's this huge company which is well known all over my country, and they're actually keen to look into companies that they want to invest in, or so-called want to invest in. So they actually come and meet you, get your business plan, and they listen a lot to your ideas, a lot of details they actually ask for, but they never have the intention to invest in your company at the first place. So it is possible for people or for companies to do that. Some angels pretend to be angels, or some individuals pretend to be angels to want to listen to your business ideas. Then they will go and do it themselves. So you want to be careful of this kind of devils, I would say, instead of angels or VCs. So in fact, from my experience, an angel investor actually told me one VC wanted to invest into his company. However, they were not actually being honest about it. They're actually there to listen to his current company that he invested so that they could copy another version of their business. And in fact, they did. So you want to watch out for this kind of angels, so-called angels, or I will call them devils instead, or VCs. Then we also have those who don't really have money but want to barter trade. So there can be a company or individual which has something that could offer value to you. In return, they want some shares in your company. For example, when at the very earliest stage of my company, a large IT company approached me and wanting to invest in my company, instead of giving cash or money, they will give me value in terms of, for example, human resources, marketing resources, network access, market access, and so forth. So that time I was a very small company. I was just alone in the company. I don't have any programmers. So they have programmers which I could use. And they have marketing people which I could use too, which I also could use. So in exchange of having some shares in my company, they provide me all these necessary resources for me to run my company. So some of them do come and provide you additional resources instead of just money. So these are some of the characteristics of angels and VCs that you may find while you're trying to raise funds.